take place on the ground. On the investment track, the NBI, through its subsidiary action programs, are preparing investment programs worth about $2 billion US. These investments are in the sector of water, energy, agriculture, in line with our theme of today. Excellency, we saw an example of what it means in terms of wide utilization of land waters yesterday. Chief guest, honorable ministers, while the challenges in these sectors were embodied in the NBI objectives in 1999, they continue to hold the region 13 years after. This is the more so reason we need to increase our efforts to commensurately respond to these challenges. These challenges are being compounded by the advent of climate change and variability. Our climate-dependent economies have perennially been constrained by climate uncertainties. And this is so true in most of the countries in the Nile Basin. Cooperation on the Nile is an opportunity to ameliorate these changes. Beyond the cooperation, we also envisage far-reaching benefits of harmony, peace, and stability emanating from the increased common understanding of our region. Your Excellency, the Vice President, honorable ministers, in conclusion, the 13 years of cooperation is a long time, and a lot of gains are being registered. It is high time now to consolidate our achievements through formation of a permanent institution that will protect the Nile waters and also guide the development within the Nile Basin in a harmonized manner as we move in the future. I wish once again to thank our riparian governments for the commitment and support to this noble process. I acknowledge the development partners for their continued support and our civil society in moving forward with us. And last but not least, the government of the Republic of Uganda for hosting this year's Nile Day celebrations. We need the Nile waters for our needs now and also for our future generations. Thank you very much for your kind attention.
To host such an important regional event, we are grateful for the trust and confidence you have shown in our country by selecting Uganda to host this event. On behalf of the Ministry of Water and Environment, I thank you all for sparing your time to attend this important event. On this day, as we celebrate the 2012 Nile Day, we look at water, energy, and food as catalysts for cooperation on the River Nile. I believe that this is an opportunity to enhance our general understanding and appreciation of the linkages between water and development and the need for regional cooperation on the shared water resources. In Uganda, because my ministry is responsible for international and transboundary water affairs, we find this day very important to articulate the importance of cooperation on transboundary water resources of the Nile. In my speech, I will give you a brief background to the Nile Day, and then I will examine its relevance to Uganda in the context of government's efforts to foster development through cooperation on Nile waters. The observance of the Nile Day commemorates February 22nd, 1999, where the Nile Basin Initiative was conceived by the Council of Ministers of Water Affairs of the Nile Basin countries of Burundi, Democratic Republic of Congo, Egypt, Eritrea, Ethiopia, Kenya, Sudan, Rwanda, Tanzania, and Uganda. It was the day the ministers agreed to endorse a new institutional arrangement, later referred to as the Nile Basin Initiative. arrangement was prepared by the Nile Technical Advisory Committee at its first meeting in Dar es Salaam in July of 1998. Later on, in November 2006, member countries took a decision to celebrate the birth of the Nile Basin Initiative each year on February 22nd. Therefore, thank you very much. I'm all right. Thank you. Therefore, the day is a very special anniversary, particularly for the River Nile Basin countries. This year's theme for the Nile Day is water, energy, and food. Importance of Nile cooperation. Special focus is today placed on water, energy, and food in the context of cooperating on Nile waters, building trust and nurturing the opportunities for collaboration on the development and management of the Nile waters can help build mutual respect, understanding among countries, and promote peace, security, and sustainable economic growth. Uganda's water resources nearly wholly lie in the Nile Basin. Uganda therefore receives water from upstream countries of Kenya, Tanzania, Rwanda, DR Congo, and Burundi. On the other hand, Uganda does not only generate additional water into the Nile River from rainfall and river flow within her territory, but also is the tap where water is released to downstream countries of Egypt and Sudan. With this intricate relationship, government attaches a lot of importance to cooperation with neighbors who share transboundary water with Uganda. Without cooperation on transboundary water management, government is constrained in its effort to put in place large-scale investments that require international financial support, such as power dams, irrigation schemes, and large-scale water supply plants, without seeking consent of other countries. In the absence of transboundary water cooperation, Uganda can do very little with her large-scale water resources development for enhancing quality of life of Ugandans. With every country in the basin seeking to satisfy its water needs from limited water resources, some foresee a future filled with conflict. But history shows that cooperation, not conflict, is the most common response to transboundary water management issues. Over the last 60 years, there have been more than 200 international water agreements and only 37 cases of reported violence between states over water. We need to continue to nurture the opportunities for cooperation that the Nile provides. We therefore share the responsibility for developing and managing the Nile's waters for current and future generations. Today, the world is grappling with the possibility of climate change, with observations attesting to its reality. My scientists have indicated to me that the effects of climate change will mainly manifest through water, and they will be far-reaching. There will be more climatic extremes such as prolonged droughts and floods that, if not adapted to, could lead to severe socio-economic difficulties. The theme water, energy, and food, importance of Nile cooperation, is particularly appropriate at a time when communities in the Nile Basin are struggling to attain the United Nations Millennium Development Goals, especially in terms of food, water, security, and poverty alleviation in spite of the challenges of climate change. For many centuries, humans managed reasonably well to adapt to the impacts of the slow changing weather and climate by adjusting shelter, food production, energy provision, and lifestyles in harmony with climatic and environmental conditions. However, the unprecedented speed of climate change is making it very difficult for communities to adapt at the same pace. Thus, adaptation measures cannot be left to individual communities, but would require basin-wide water use planning, development and management, a strategy that can only be achieved if the basin countries do work together. Ladies and gentlemen, as I conclude my speech, I wish to highlight some of the key achievements that Uganda has benefited from the cooperation of the Nile. The subsidiary action program projects of NBI have given us some early benefit of cooperation already through the Power Trade and Development Sub-Program, which aims at contributing to the eradication of poverty and promotion of economic growth by increasing access to electricity in the Nile Equatorial Lakes region. Several power grid interconnections have been put into operation. Uganda has benefited to the tune of $72 million US. Some of the transmission lines implemented include the Bujagali-Tororo 220 kilovolts double circuit transmission line covering a distance of 127.7 kilometers. The Mbarara-Mirama transmission 220 kV line double circuit covering 66 kilometers. Extension of transformer substations at Tororo and Bujagali, and so forth. A new line, Karuma-Juba, is also under consideration. On the part of food security, Uganda has benefited from the CO Malaba-Malakisi Transboundary Water Project, which is being implemented between Uganda and Kenya. The project has constructed 9 large community fish ponds at Bunyadeti and Bunyinde in Busia district. The project is in its final preparatory stage to construct a large capacity water storage dam on River Malafa and Bulasambu in Bale district to augment water supply during dry seasons, to Doho irrigation scheme. It is expected that this intervention will go a long way to boosting rice yields at the scheme and improve farmers' incomes. On the water supply side, town water supply schemes have been built for Katuna border town in Kabale and Mera in Tororo districts by the Kagera River Basin Project and the CO Malaba Malakis Transboundary Water Project, respectively. The Kagera project is being implemented by Uganda, Rwanda, Tanzania, and Burundi. This is to mention but a few benefits that Uganda has already reaped from the cooperation. Similar benefits are also being realized in other riparian countries. Larger investment projects are beginning to roll out, ready for investment financing in both the Eastern Nile and Nile Equatorial Lakes region. As I speak now, the African Development Bank has agreed to fund the Lake Edward and Outer Fisheries and Water Resources Development and Management project to the tune of $40 million. The project will be implemented between Uganda and the Democratic Republic of Congo. 2 new multipurpose water resources development and management projects are being prepared, from which Uganda is expected to gain. This will be implemented in the Aswara River Basin and Lake Chogo Basin. The latter will be jointly executed by Uganda and South Sudan. There's a lot of expectation from this investment-oriented programs, which require a lot of financial resources for the infrastructure development and watershed management. In a nutshell, the progress made in the Nile Basin Development Cooperation has continued to attract a lot of attention and interest of the regional and international community. I have great optimism that a bright, successful future lies ahead of us and our future generations.